Today, we got the Carolina rebuild. Cam Newton's whole career, whether he is good, whether he is bad, we stick with him until he retires. This is part one. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you like rebuilds. That's what we do here. Anyways, man, we're going to be using the Carolina Panthers. Obviously, they're 83 overall. They went 2-14 last year. That's why they had the first round pick and drafted Cam Newton. We got to make this team really, really good. John Beason's really, really good at football, but I do not want to pay him as much as he's going to be worth because he's on his last year of his deal. I figure we trade him, Demaryius Thomas, a first round pick this year, and a first round pick next year. And we're going to get rid of D'Angelo Williams, who's a little bit older at running back, not out of his prime, but just a little bit older, and he's going to be worth a lot in free agency, and I don't want to pay him that much either. So we're going to get a first-round pick for this year's draft, a first-round pick for next year's draft. So that gives us 6 first-round picks in the next 2 drafts, and we get DeHoney Jones, who's just a piece that we had to add, and we go 4-12. Yeah, not what we wanted to do. 4-12, that is how we kick off this go-around with Cam Newton in his career. Leading rusher was Maurice Jones-Drew, leading passer was Peyton Manning, leading tackler D'Amico Ryans. He's a great defensive coordinator. Isn't he? He should stay in San Francisco for life. I'm just saying. Cam Newton, over 3,000 yards passing, just barely. 22 TDs, 8 interceptions. Jonathan Stewart took over. He just got under 1,990 yards rushing and 5 TDs on the ground. Cam Newton chipped in with 126 yards rushing and a touchdown on the ground himself. Steve Smith, who I want to be a Panther for life, but we're going to see what happens. 67 receptions for him, 1,100 yards. Averaging 16.5 yards per catch and 9 touchdowns there. Offensive line did decent. Cam Newton really didn't get sacked that much. James Anderson had a breakout season, 125 tackles, solo tackles for him. Connor, the reason why I got rid of John Beason is one, we're not that good and we need draft capital. But 2, Connor potential was at an A. So he had A potential, so I figured maybe he can blossom into, Captain America, Luke Kuechly. Not saying that he would, but I'm just saying maybe he could do that. So Cam Newton finishes second behind Christian Ponder. That's just straight hating. I don't know how you do that. You know what I'm saying? Daquan, he won Defense Rookie of the Year. Peyton's the best quarterback. Maurice Jones-Drew's the best running back. Wheezy, Reggie Wayne is the best receiver. Evans, your best offensive lineman. Then you got the defensive guys, Winfield, and then best kicker. And coach of the year is good old Mike Tomlin. Wild card round. The Patriots handled the Chargers. The Falcons beat the Bears. The Chiefs over the Titans. And the Seahawks over the Skins 24-10. Moving on to the divisional round. Colts beat the Chiefs. The Cowboys over the Seahawks. The Steelers beat the Patriots. And the Packers beat the Falcons in overtime. And now it's time for the division or the conference championship game, Steelers win, Packers win. So it's the Steelers-Packers for a rematch. And the Steelers get the job done. There you go. It would have been the year before this game came out that they lost to the Green Bay Packers at Cowboy Stadium. Is it still Cowboy Stadium or AT&T Stadium? Whatever it is, who cares? Anyways, these are the guys who are retiring. We lose one guy, and he goes by the name of Mr. John Casey. So John Casey, who, 20-year career. That's a long time to be kicking the football, but he did it fairly well for us. Leonard Fletcher, he also retires right there. Kerry Collins, Big Pat Willie Will, and then Greg Lewis also retires. So we need to re-sign Ryan Khalil. We want to make sure our offensive line is good and sturdy, so we're going to bring him back. And bring back Connor on a 2-year deal. It works out. This is a little bit different than the Maddens on the PS2. They won't just take any deal you offer them, so you do have to negotiate, have to raise the salary and stuff like that. So I wanted to make sure that the core guys were still here. Thomas Davis going into year number 8. He's going to accept on the dotted line. Charles Johnson did not have a spectacular year, but he's 88 overall, so I was like, why not? Let's bring him back. But maybe we brought back maybe too many people. DeHoney Jones on a 1-year deal. Shockey on a 1-year deal. Less than $1 million for both of those guys. I was like, why not? And then these guys are going to be getting the boot. That's right. Johnson, he's gone. Offensive line, right guard, he's gone. A left guard is gone. A backup strong safety is gone. 2 tight ends are gone. It's really a bunch of guys that don't really matter. Now, in this game, in case you forgot, they will put guys on your team just to cut. This was the first time that you had, not like a practice squad, but you had to cut guys. Like, you really had to cut guys in the preseason. So they put a bunch of no-name guys on your roster just for you to cut, really. And sometimes we'll cut guys that are, real players, but for the most part, you're just just going to cut guys that they throw on their roster just for, hard knock special. You got to meet the Green Reaper. You know what I mean? He's coming your way just to get cut. So we will go after Bobby Williams. He is a 89 overall right guard. I wish he was 99 overall, but 89 overall right guard. 35 years of age. Not great, but again, offensive linemen in Madden and in real life typically hold on to how good they are into their late 30s. So I figure why not. And we're going to bring in our boy Marcel Reese from the Raiders. So our first 3 picks, receiver, D-tackle, halfback. I like those picks. Hopefully Barton, that receiver, 99 overall speed. 99 overall speed for that receiver. Kind of the same body type as Steve Smith. You kind of want to create different, body types with your receivers. A possession guy, a guy that can go up and moss people, a speed guy. So we kind of drafted maybe Steve Smith replacement. But like I said, I want him to be that guy. So Leslie was the first pick in the draft. That was the pick that we got from the Cincinnati Bengals. And we get a receiver. It was a need. And hopefully it works out, you know what I mean? I believe the last receiver taken number 1 was Keyshawn Johnson. Calvin Johnson probably should have went number 1 to the Raiders way back in the day, but hey, it is what it is. So Greg Hardy, we're going to ship him off for a 3rd-round pick in the Titans backup running back. So it's week number 1, ladies and gentlemen, season 2, and we're going to get some gameplay versus the San Francisco 49ers, which was the 2nd worst team in the league, and they drafted the first quarterback in this year's draft, the number 1 guy. Obviously, we got Cam last year. They're going to get Hughes. Evan Hughes, he was the number 1 quarterback taken in the draft, and he's getting, an introduction to the NFL. Get sacked, but they do put up 3 points on the drive. So 2nd down and 15. Newton, quick pass. Shockey still getting in, and Jeremy Shockey makes the catch for a 1st down. Gain of 17 right there. Cam Newton, how do you do? 2nd quarter action now. 2nd down 18. Look at that pass. Demaryius Thomas is loose. 20-10-5 touchdown. Let's go. That's what you want to see. Cam Newton, he's happy. I'm happy. Could this be a playoff season? Not quite sure. We are playing again a team that was just worse than us. The Bengals and the Niners were the only 2 teams worse than us this past season. So 2nd down and 1, going up the gut with Jonathan Stewart. The Oregon Duck picks up a 1st down. Now it's 3rd down and Twizel. We're going to throw it deep. And Smith still able to run by people. Yes, sir. How do you do? 2nd down and 6 yards to go. Looking downfield is Newton's going to go left. Take it upfield. Touchdown. And the Niners could be in some trouble. Some serious trouble. And we're looking good. Year 2, we're looking good. We didn't miss the PAT. Nothing's new. Okay, I'm going to miss field goals. I'm going to miss PATs. Okay, it's in my nature. It's in my blood. So Myers gets upfield. 22-yard reception for him. And Evan Hughes in his first contest. First NFL action is perfect. Looking like my boy Purdy. Look, Purdy. He being Purdy. No, he's not. Give me that Yahoo. Zay her. I said, give me that Yahoo. Give me that user interception. We got this thing on back the other way. My boy Connor coming through with this first pick of the season. 4th quarter action. I'm going to go up the gut with Pingshaw. And Pingshaw is going to get us in the end zone. So I love it. Rookies are coming through. They not only get the ball to Leslie, but hey, our main rookies, the guys that we drafted, are playing fairly well from what I can see. Our defensive tackle, okay, ALJ is what I'm going to call him. Big Avery. He's actually a beast out there. I really didn't show too many of his clips, but he was a beast out there as they do recover the onside kick. He moved the line of scrimmage a lot. He's starting at D-tackle for us. He played phenomenal as a D-tackle can play. All right, so 20-10 is the final, and we would end up going 8-8 this season. So we barely miss out on the postseason. You're going to see right here in the AFC, the Patriots won their division. The Chargers won there. The Colts won there. The Chiefs won theirs. And then the Titans and the Browns are your wild card teams. NFC, we just missed out. The Lions were also 8-8, and they get to go, and we're going to be watching them play football from our couches. Not a good look, but hey, it was an improvement from year number 1. Mr. Connor led the league with 136 solo tackles. I think when you add up his assisted tackles, like 160 for him. Peyton Manning and Mendenhall, your leading passers and rushers, respectfully. Big Cam, 80.3 QB rating, whatever that means. I don't understand QB ratings that well, but that's decent. In the 80s, not bad. 70s, like 90s will be good. 100 is excellent, right? So Jonathan Stewart had 1 rushing touchdown. Pingshaw had 5. The writing is on the wall. Most likely he's going to be a free agent, and I think he's going to get big money, and I don't want to spend that kind of money on him as of right now. Demarius Thomas had a decent season for us. Steve Smith led the way with receptions for us. Leslie had a decent year. Williams had 15 pancakes but gave up the most sacks. Not a good look at the guard spot. Connor, 170 in total tackles when he added up his assisted and solos. Tackle for loss goes to James Anderson. Sacks, McClain. Second-year guy out of USF. Barton had 7. And there goes Johnson. We just paid him, and he gave me 6 sacks. I'm not loving that right there. I'm not loving that. And I do want to keep him around because he has a high overall. Well, most of the time for this series, we will be simulating. And Madden, kind of just simulates the winner as whoever has like the highest overall. So that would be a good look. But stat-wise, it doesn't make sense for me. So Evan Hughes from TCU, he is the offensive rookie of the year. Good for him. Peyton Manning is your best quarterback. Best running back is Rashard Mendenhall, the 8-8 Pittsburgh Steelers. Weezy, your best receiver. Snee is your best offensive lineman. Claiborne is the best defensive lineman. Cunningham is the best linebacker. Winfield is a beast, obviously. You know what I'm saying? And coach of the year goes to Spags. Look at Spags winning it right there. So let's head to the postseason, man. And then you got the Texans beating the Colts. The Cowboys win. The Browns win. And the Bears win over those Skins. And then the Browns, they beat the Patriots. The Bears over the Rams. The Texans over the Chargers. And the Falcons beat the Cowboys. What is going on? So, Conference Championship week, the Texans beat the Browns and the Falcons win. So Falcons, Texans in the Super Bowl at the Superdome, and the Houston Texans, Arian Foster, Matt Schaub, the one-time Falcon, and Andre Johnson from the U, they get the job done. So here are the guys retiring. Randy Moss, the big boss, finished his career out with the Buffalo Bills. Dahani Jones is going to retire. Charles Woodson, Ocho Cinco going to retire as well. Porter is going to retire. And Winfield, the best cornerback in the league, is going to retire. So Big Jeff, he's a good-looking offensive lineman. We're going to bring him back. Steve Smith, pretty favorable contract, 2 years. $200,000 signing bonus under $4 million. I'm like, why not? Again, I want him to finish his career out with the Panthers, but I'm not going to extend him if he's not like worth extending anymore. All right, that's kind of just where I'm at. So these are guys that we're letting go. We're letting go of LaFell. We're letting go of Jonathan Stewart, like I said we would, and then all these other guys. There's no real reason to bring these guys back. So we're gonna let those guys walk. We will need another kicker though, as you could see. Actually, we don't. That guy, I did not cut my kicker. We carried 2 kickers last year. Shame on me for carrying 2 kickers. Like, that was just dumb. We could have saved some money. So, Big Nelson, he scored versus us when he was with the Niners. He has decent speed. 83, not decent. He has great speed for a tight end. 83 overall speed, 73 overall, 27 years of age. Let's bring him in. Our first pick, cornerback from Auburn, 5'10", not the biggest guy, but 5'10". You don't want no 5'9", 5'8" corner. So 5'10", I'll take that right there. Our second pick in the first round, and go with this left end, Cedric Brown. I like Cedric. I think that he could be an absolute monster for us. We can come back and get another defensive end in Kramer. So I think we might have just selected our 2 future defensive ends of the future. This free safety, hopefully he turns out to be good. Grady, maybe he could be a beast for us. We're kind of just reaching because, again, I do not want to be in a situation where we don't have any salary cap moves to make any moves, but I'm also trying to fill holes. So I'm not making the biggest splashes, but again, we had 3 first-round picks in our first 2 drafts, so 6 in total. Hopefully these guys turn out to be. If we can hit on half of them, that'd be great. If we can hit on more than half, that's what I'm hoping for. So our last pick of the draft going to be this outside linebacker. Hopefully he's not a scrub. So we did draft your replacement, and hopefully Brown turns out to be a beast. We're going to get, I believe it's a second-round pick and Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. It might have been a third-round pick for my man Jones. So right there, Brown, 81 overall, 8 potential. I think he's going to be okay. So we're taking on the Niners, week 1 yet again. This time it's in San Francisco. They got this man, number 52, absolute beast. He's kind of scary. Big Patrick Willis, he's that guy. Evan Hughes, 3,598 yards passing last season. Gives it to Frank Gore, the inconvenient truth. Gets all the way up that gut, all the way upfield for a decent gain right there. Third down, 2 yards ago, they're going to give it to Frank Gore again, and we're there for the stop, but after he has a first down. So I'm noticing that our defense giving up some runs that we didn't give up last year versus this team. Maybe the Niners got better, or maybe we got worse. Who knows? And that is, it's a blown coverage. You have your linebacker on Morgan, their slot receiver. That's not a good look, and that's not going to get the job done, as they say. So 7-0, Niners on top. Cam Newton, I need to be super Cam today, and we try to run. We get hit from behind. Kiwanuka is there for the recovery, and the Niners are like dominating so far in this first half. That pass going to be caught by Hunter from Oklahoma State. Bringing back some memories from back in the day. Then Gore up the gut, and Frank Gore gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Niners. Come on, Panthers, let's get the job done. 14-0, let's try to come back just under 2 minutes ago here in the first half. And Pingshaw is loose to the 50. Can he get out that tackle? He does not. He gets bounced around. I believe that was Whitner with the hit. And now it's going to be 2nd down and 7. We throw it to Shockey, still getting in. Still doing his thing. I can't be mad. 2nd down, 9 yards to go. Newton dropping back. Quick pass to, there he goes. Big Leslie coming through with the catch. And now we're looking at 3rd down to go from the 2. Can we get into the end zone? We throw it to Barton, who howls it in with that 99 overall speed. Really didn't need it right there. It was a short game. But it's a touchdown nonetheless. Then Leslie going up top. I see you. And Cam throwing nothing but strikes, nothing but Dawkins dimes. Barton showing some toughness out there as well. Now Cam looking downfield, and we overthrow our man. And we got to set up for a field goal. Kick us up, and the kick by Neil Rackers is good. We ended up getting Rackers. Yeah, I think we got Rackers last year. That's why having 2 kickers on the roster, shame on me. But they usually put that there again for people who you can cut. Because have to cut people. It's what Madden 12 was. Great game, but that was just a little weird. Smith makes the catch right there, and that's going to result in a first down. 3rd down and 11 now. Smith fires, not Smith, Cam fires it. Excuse me. Cam fires it to Barton. That pass will fall incomplete, and then we're missing tackles. And I'm like, this can't happen, bro. Kramer with the stop right there, our rookie defensive end. They run the ball at Kramer, who makes the stop, but after Frank Gore picks up the first down. And that, my friends, is going to do it. So we end up taking the L. 14-10 is the final. And we go backwards this season, 6-10. That's not what we're trying to do here in Carolina. That's not what we're trying to do. And our team is pretty good, man. We have some, like Cam Newton at this moment in time, I believe is 90 overall. He started off at 77 overall. Excuse me if I did not show that. Cam Newton started off at 77 overall. He's worked his way up to 90 overall, so we can't go backwards like that. The Falcons are going to miss out on the postseason, as you can see right there. So Cam Newton, 3,600 yards, 27 touchdowns, 19 interceptions, along with 73, sacked 33 times. Pingshaw led the way with over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns on the ground. Harper, who we got from the Titans, had a touchdown run. So did Steve Smith, and so did Cam Newton. Leslie led the way with 75 receptions for 994 yards, 4 touchdowns. Shockey had 8 of those things. Steve Smith had 5 touchdown receptions. So not a bad season there. And then Demaryius Thomas kind of at the bottom. You know what I mean? Hopefully he wouldn't have been at the bottom in Denver, but I think he might have. So hopefully, his career isn't as bad as it would have been, or would have been the same if we left him in Denver, but he's a Panther, so who cares? Anyways, man, 1 sack for our man Anderson, but 14 for Brown and 11 for Kramer. So I think it worked out. There was some growing pains, but I think it worked out. All right, and then ALJ, man, at the bottom. Like, one of our first picks of, like, he didn't have no sacks, but hopefully he did a good job stopping the run. Cromartie, he had 3 interceptions. That's a good look right there. Our first round pick at corner also had 2 interceptions. Anderson had 2. Marshall had 2. Lattimore, had 1. Peyton Manning is your MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. Kerrigan, he is your Defensive Player of the Year. And they got a rookie quarterback in Washington. I think that happened in real life. Cedric Brown, look at that. He is your Defensive Player of the Year. So maybe we're doing some things right. Maybe we're doing some things wrong. I really don't know. But all I can say is that hopefully we start to take steps to the playoffs. We want to get to the playoffs. And want to try to win this division. Remember, the Falcons are probably going to be the class of the division. Julio Jones was a rookie in this game. So, he's probably going to blossom. They already got Matt Ryan, already been to a Super Bowl. The Bucks continue to play well, and the Saints got Drew Brees. So, we could be in a little bit of a dogfight moving forward to try to get to the postseason. So, Conference Championship Week, the Colts they beat the Browns, and the Eagles, they beat the Vikings. AFC squad beats the NFC squad, and the Eagles in the Meadowlands beat the Indianapolis Colts. Yes, they beat the Colts in MetLife Stadium. So that is going to do it. That's going to be episode 1. I'm going to try to make this a daily thing. Like I said, I'm going to try to. That's why the videos aren't going to be as long, because some of my rebuilds 45 minutes. This one, just a little 20-minute thing. But yeah, try to make it daily. Okay, I'm a one-man show. I record it, I voice it, I edit it. One-man show, okay? That's that, though. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope that the rest of the day is the best day. Peace, love. Hot sauce.